Hey, Ben Baxter here in the Anglers All Fly Tying Studio. Today we're going to tie up the Splatte roller by Shea Gunkel. It's an Umpqua fly. Check it out. All right, so I'm starting with a size 16. This is a 24.99 SPBL. It was originally tied on a JB01 by Mr. Gunkel. I'm using a 3/32 black bead, 2.4, a 70 Denier fluorescent Chartreuse thread, UTC, tying in a piece of small black wire, an ultra wire. Going right about down to vertical on the shank back there on the bend of the hook, and then just coming back up with that. I'm spinning this counterclockwise just to kind of flatten that thread out again and really smooth out the body on this fly. Make a little bit of a taper here. It doesn't have to be too much. I'm gonna reverse wrap my wire here. Trying to add a little bit more of a gap each time I wrap here. Tie that wire off. Helicopter that. Next, I'm going to tie in about 2 dozen fibers of Fluoro fiber. Just laying those right on the top. A couple loose wraps, and then I'm just going to pull to kind of plug those in so I'm using less waste on that material since I'm using so many of those fibers. These are going to end up being our legs, and you're going to split these, so you really want to make sure that that's exactly right on the top of the shank there. It's going to kind of be a little case, if you will, too. Next, I'm grabbing a little bit. This is ice dub in a Peacock black. Weave just a regular Peacock. That's what Shea used. But you could use a black ice dub or really whatever color you'd like. As far as what I'm using for this one, I really want to make sure that I'm filling in that gap right there behind the bead. Otherwise the legs are gonna kind of tie in funny once I'm ready for that step. So I'm adding just a little more here. You can use a black thread here if you want. I'm actually going to do that right now. Just spin those two threads together. And you can do this before you tie in the dubbing if you want. Or you could just use a marker, and when you're ready to tie this off and wrap those legs in, you could just hit that Chartreuse thread with a little bit of black marker, and it'll give you the same effect there. Next, I'm just gonna pull this Fluoro fiber over the top. Actually, so now I'm using a 70 Denier black UTC. I'm spinning this counterclockwise to really tighten up that thread. Bite down, a couple 3 wraps, and go one in front just to secure that thread in. So I'm just kind of splitting this Fluoro fiber to each side for the legs. And I'm just gonna pull back and do 1, 2, 3 wraps for those legs, and then 2, 3 on the other side for those legs. One more good one kind of over both here. And a whip finish. You don't really want these legs to be too long, so I'm just gonna pull them back and trim them just behind where the dubbing is. So we got legs that stick out a little bit, but not too far. Last but not least, the original was tied with some 5-minute epoxy, but for video's sake and time's sake, I'm just adding a little bit of this bone dry from Solar Res. So this doesn't soak in to that dubbing. I'm just flipping it over. I'm just gonna hit it with my light, and you can do a layer or 2 of this if you want. You could even just hit this with some head cement, and it would probably do you justice, but I like that little sheen on the body back here that you get out of that, and that little shimmer from the case up top. That's pretty much it. It's an awesome bomber little pattern, super heavy, gets down quick with that slim profile. Again, check us out on YouTube, subscribe, look us up on Instagram, and look out for our next video. Thanks for watching.